hydroxychloroquine, that mystery drug that some people talk about, some people don't. But the mainstream media doesn't really talk about that drug too much. Granted, it raises questions, and then, they talk about how bad it is. You hear that too. But how do you find out the truth without asking certain people? So I did. I asked somebody, a pharmacist, a doctor. I was at camp. We got some property in Warsaw. Been in family for like 60 years, and went to the Ace Hardware store. And lo and behold, there's a pharmacist giving prescriptions to people pulling up in the parking lot. And he wasn't busy. He was standing there. I said, I got a question for you. He says, what's your opinion on hydroxychloroquine? He goes, well, it's been given to people for years. Years. Give it to the military. It's an immune suppressive drug. So what it does, it lessens the body's reaction to any type of infections. And I says, well, what's bad about it? He goes, well, if you take a regular dosage of it over periods of months, it can create heart arrhythmia and possibly heart attacks and so on and so forth. But it's long term. I says, well, what's your opinion for this COVID-19? He goes, I would take it, because one of the side effects is that your body overreacts and builds all the fluids in the lungs. That's why they're talking about the ventilators. That now, I don't know if you knew this, that the ventilators have been known to kill people, because your body's building so many fluids in the lungs to react to this infection, that by force ventilating people, you're actually drowning them. You're forcing the mucus into their body. You're drowning the people. So that's why you're not seeing the ventilators talked about much anymore. So So the ventilators have caused a lot of problems, because doctors and the CDC and the World Health Organization didn't recommend anybody how to treat this disease. And there's doctors on the web, you see, they prescribe the hydroxychloroquine early on. They vitamin D, C, Bs, all these vitamins, they just start pumping these people, and they're fine. Multiple doctors saying that, they give that treatment, yet they weren't advised for any treatments from the government, from the World Health Organization, from the CDC, from any government agency in the United States. So they had to think up practices. That's what they practice medicine, get that? So they practice, and they found things that worked. So why is it this drug is being touted as something bad? Is there another agenda, what they're trying to pursue here? Because I find this really interesting. I was talking to my dad about it. He goes, oh yeah, I have that. The doctors give it to me for some underlying condition, whatever, he may have. So I find it really interesting. It's been given to people for forever, and yet the mainstream media and the government agencies, well, there was a test they did, and they said, oh, it's bad news. Well, they found the test wasn't even done by people that were qualified doctors. They were done by special interest people that had no medical, chemical background. So they pulled that opinion of that drug being bad. Just to give you an idea what's been going on out there. But thanks for joining me for the morning drive. Check my We the People NY Facebook page. I got Truth in USA. Of course, my Mangello's Auto Repair, collision brakes, tires, truck accessories, I do that too. Like my videos on YouTube, on Mangello D's, my YouTube channel. I put a lot of these on there too. I mostly pursue the grand jury aspect of fixing government. There's a recent video of a Buffalo man that was just pushed during there was a protest. So the police line was moving forward, and they just pushed this guy, and he rolled over and cracked this, so you could hear his head just cracking on the pavement, and they just basically, they don't care. There's no accountability for police. None whatsoever. You can't even sue them, because the government protects them. The government needs the police. They use the police as their little minions to make their money. It's all about money. It's not about protection. I feel bad. It's why a lot of police officers, when they retire, they're glad they're out of there, because they realize they're basically being used by the government to do certain things. Granted, there's good police officers out there, but they need to stand up and realize what's right, and get the bad ones out of there, the ones with attitudes, where the bad goes right to their head. Let's support the man in blue, because there's good ones out there, and pursue them to watch these videos and realize there's a way to fix it. They can go right to the grand jury. They can file a formal complaint to the grand jury foreman. Mail it. I have a video with a local county judge. He said, oh, I guess, Dave, you just file a complaint with the grand jury foreman, which they do in other states. But the problem is the jurists don't understand their power to remove judges, elected officials. They can even get rid of their own district attorney, hire one they trust. So the grand jury is the buffer put in place by our forefathers, protect us against kings and governors and presidents and abusive government agencies. This judge even even said that the grand jury can investigate these things, but you have to know that. You have to know that yourself. Shoot me a message. My number is at the shop, 716-625-6125. If you got any questions on these topics, got any information you want to give me to share, get hold of me. Thanks.